Hey everybody, this is Zach Cotton. This is episode number 4 for the Internship series of Strength Coach Select. Today we're going to be going over the dynamic warm-up, something that every single coach uses with all their athletes on a regular basis. The dynamic warm-up is a series of movements designed to actively prepare muscles for the action that they're going to perform. Some of the benefits of a dynamic warm-up are they maintain the warmth of the muscles, they prepare muscles for more sport-specific movement, and they enhance coordination, motor ability. They also are going to activate the nervous system. They also force the athletes to concentrate on a regular basis throughout the warm-up. And all these things are some things that you want when you're starting the day with your athletes. Helps them get prepared for what they're doing and make sure that they're focused on what the task is at hand. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over what we do here at Northern Michigan for our lower body weight room football days in terms of what we do for our dynamic warm-up. I'm going to go over step-by-step process, exactly what we do. Now here we have about 12 to 14 minutes that we have to get everything in. So we don't always kind of get everything in that you want to get in, but we do get an awful lot of stuff in about 12 to 14 minutes. So grab a pen and paper, and get ready to learn something. Like I said in the intro, this is primarily our lower body day warm-up. So we're always going to open up with a really less strenuous exercise. So we hit them with a basic stride. Nothing that's gonna tax them too hard, because you don't know what they've been doing all. They could have been sitting, they could have been around mowing lawns. You have no idea what they've been doing all day. So you want to keep it pretty simple for the first couple movements here. So we go from striding to a high knee movement. It's just like you've been doing it since grade school. Same thing you've been doing at practice since you were young. Coming back, we're gonna hit butt kicks. Like I said, these are just general movements. Nothing that's gonna put too much stress on them right away. As you go through the warm-up, you can start to add a little more stressful exercises. So you're starting to see a progression. Now we go to high knee pulls. So we're going to sit here, we're going to get a great stretch, big pull to the chest, and then we're going to add a skip once we get halfway. So we go from high knee pull stretch, and getting a great stretch in the glutes, and then we're going to move into a dynamic movement with the skip. So we want to make sure the guys are continuing to get their knees up after they add that skip throughout that whole rep. Next, we're going to go into our straight leg walks. So like I said before, we're going to start off, every step is a rep. Every single one of our guys always knows that every single step is a rep. We don't take a step without making sure that we're executing the exercise that we're told to do. So we go through, halfway through, we're going to add a skip. Same thing as the last exercise. So we go from basic to more dynamic, make sure that the guys are prepared for the exercise that they're about to perform. So after we go with our straight leg walk and then straight leg skip, we go into our lunge. So we're going to hit about 10 yards in a forward lunge position, and we're going to hit about 10 yards in a reverse lunge position. Here we want to make sure the guys are getting their elbow down to the ground, really stretching the hips, really opening up the hips, really pushing the envelope with the groin, groin region, and making sure that their hips and their groin and their knees are bending. Make sure that they're getting down there nice and deep. Next, we're going to go to our side-to-side lunge. This is going to really fire up that groin area again, force them to kind of put their hips in a situation that they're not in on a regular basis, push them side to side, and then make sure that they're just moving effectively. As a coach, if you're starting to see some of these guys have an inability to move throughout these different ranges of motion, you got to be able to kind of realize that throughout the warm-up and adjust. So everybody always knocks on the dot drill. Everybody says, well, it doesn't improve foot speed. I'm not trying to improve foot speed here. What I'm trying to do is increase the temperature of the body, make sure the guys are warmed up and ready to go for the lifting session. So we stay very, very basic here. We go forward and back. We'll hit that for about 10 to 15 seconds. Once we get done with the 10 to 15 second rep here, we're going to go one set for each group. And then after that, we're going to go to our box. So we're going to work each dot. We're going to work a box around. And, like I said, this is just really basic stuff. Nothing that's going to put, a whole lot of stress on them, but it's going to get them moving, get them sweating, increase their body temperature, make sure that every single one of these guys is ready to go for the lifting session. Next, we're gonna hustle. We always hustle in the weight room, make sure they're running from drill to drill. We're gonna go into our overhead squats with the band. So a lot of these guys, they can't, perform an overhead squat with the barbell. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna get them down on a nice deep squat, that band locked overhead as if we do have a barbell, kind of get them used to that situation, used to that movement, and then eventually, hopefully down the road, we can get these guys acclimated enough to that position and get that barbell in their hands, and it's going to be even more effective for them. So we're going to hit about 20 to 25 reps right here, and then we're going to go straight into rear delt pulls. So we're going to go about 25 to 30 reps with the rear delt pulls. I just think, from a postural standpoint, it's really important to get these in as much as possible. I know we're hitting lower body this day, but it's still good to fire up that back, fire up them rear delts, and make sure the guys are all around prepared to be able to move effectively through every single one of the movements that you're doing. Next, we're gonna go. We do these every single day. We're gonna go to our standard our standard abduction. So right here, we're gonna hit about 15 to 20 reps on each side. Make sure the guys are staying low throughout the whole movement. They keep them in that athletic position through every single rep, and they're gonna get more and more effective as they do it. Lastly, the last thing that we do every single day after our warm-up is we hit our neck work. So we start off, we go with the head rotation, we go chin to shoulder, and then we go from chin to shoulder into ear to shoulder, working side to side, and then we go into our chin to the sky. So we're going to push our chin to the sky on every single one of those reps, and then we're going to go to tucking our chin into our chest. And make sure that these guys are hitting probably between 30 to 40 reps in every single one of those movements. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please email us at strengthcoachselect@gmail.com. Follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram at Strength Coach Select. Have a great weekend.